Ho ho! We are back with the second part of the dark time or the dark age of the law, which we keep hearing a lot. I've been playing so much Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that I like that I'm able to kind of mix it up with this, which is a lot different. And once again, we are playing Dual Destinies, in which I've never played it, unlike Apollo Justice. So I have no idea who killed who.
Okay.
Let's so let's yeah. So let's do this. Figure out who did kill. I remember that she was positioned the same way as the mock trial. Oh wait. Find witnesses for the trial. Search the entire campus. Okay, let's go to the lecture hall. She's talking to the cat, not me. Look, there's Hugh. Hey, Hugh! Oh, it's you two. Do you want something? I don't know. He is. While the other guy is a nervous hyper wreck. Did you find anything? You said you were going to do some investigating of your own. Nope, nothing yet. I'm afraid it's not looking very good for Juniper. You don't really think Juniper could have done something like this, do you? Only the author and the victim knew the contents of the script. Both the stage and the art room were in the exact same state as described therein. Nobody could mimic the crime like that unless they'd already read the script or wrote it. But, look, Professor Means is better able to handle this than you two, so just leave it to him. There it is again. I'm picking up some discord in Hugh's voice. Hugh, would you mind telling me a little bit about yourself? Eh, whatever. I'm 6'1", and under this uniform, I'm 100% lean muscle. My grades are outstanding, and I'm the ace of the archery club. Needless to say, I never miss my mark. Oh, and I'm incredibly humble, too. How can he even say that with a straight face? Those around me call me a genius, but I pay them no mind. But when it comes to tests, I always get 100%, so I suppose it's only natural for them to say I'm a genius. But as I said before, I pay them no mind. I heard you the first time. What about the mock trial? It sounded like you were about to lose to Robin. Eh, there's a very good reason for that. You see, right before the mock trial started, I saw the body. You saw the body? Right, and I was so distraught that I basically handed Robin a victory. Why are you sweating? Yeah. Hugh, would you mind telling us a little bit more about that? Right before the mock trial, the campus was empty. Everyone was here in the lecture hall. Yeah, I remember we heard this. The lecture hall or else. That's right, there was that announcement and then everyone came in here. The only exceptions were the mock trial participants. Juniper, Robin, and I were in our personal dressing rooms next door. Wow, your own personal dressing rooms. That's total VIP treatment. Actually, they're for student-teacher meetings. They don't even have windows. The other two waited patiently in their rooms, but that's not my style. So I headed over to the archery range on the other side of the quad. I did some meditation while I waited. That's the best way to do things. And just before the mock trial was to start, I headed back toward the main building. As I walked across the quad, I passed in front of the stage. So that's when you saw the body. Right, it was quite a shock. As much as I hate to admit it, his left, well, it's on our right, but his left eyebrow just keeps twitching. Much as I hate to admit it, my legs were shaking. I could have easily beaten Robin if it hadn't been for that. He's got some insecurities, that one. Wait, hold it right there. You went through with the mock trial even though you had just discovered a body? Why didn't you tell anyone? I mean, we're talking about someone getting killed here. I think I know why. It was because of this. Where'd you get that? So this article in the Themis Herald is true. The winner of the mock trial would get to make his confession to Junie. Right, but if I reported the body I'd found, the whole thing would be called off. I really wanted to win that bad. Bad enough to ignore a dead body. Sorry, but that's not normal. Could their love for Junie really be that strong? So I think they're laying it on thick, but I don't think he's actually the real killer. I mean, him being an archery, and she was...
But the arrow was, like, not really shot into her. I think somebody...
Right. And maybe to frame him. Like, I think they're making him unlikable and doing all this, but I don't think he's actually the dude.
They're doing a good job.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. It may prove useful tomorrow's trial. Good, because that's all I have to say about the matter. Thanks, and don't worry, we'll prove Juniper's innocence. You'll see. I can't say you two inspire much confidence. Okay, Athena, what's next? I thought the area was cordoned off. Hey, the police are discussing something over there. Oh, I know. I'll just quietly sneak over for a listen. Here goes. Why do I have the impression that one dude's going to come over? Athena, watch where you're... Eek! Ouch. Who put this stupid box here? Wait, eek! Apollo, this box, there's... What now? There's someone or something inside. Don't let it be a snake! Is someone gonna pop up? You morons just blew my cover. What the? There really is someone inside. That someone is me, Miriam Scuttlebutt. And I'm a senior in the judge course. What's with the box? Why is she It's the fate of we who live in the shadows. There's a very good reason why none may see my face by the light of day. Wait, if you're taking the judge course, did you write a mock trial script too? You really want to see my script that bad? Well, you better watch out. Read it without my permission and you'll wish you hadn't. Who cares? I'm sure it was rejected for a good reason. He's really around with a freaking box? Oh, so you're studying to be a judge too? You must be classmates with Juniper. Are you a friend of hers? Juniper? Sure, she's my friend. That's why I'm gathering info. Now, tell me all you know. You know, for tomorrow's trial. Tomorrow's trial? What are you talking about? I'm going to take the stand, naturally. So the witness for the prosecution is some weirdo in a cardboard box. Cack. This disguise is how I get my scoops. How is the box sweating? You know what? I bet she's gonna have some kind of meltdown and the box is gonna come off and you will see her face. But you're right, it's me, so tell me everything you know for Juniper's sake. Wait a second, Miriam. Repeat what you just said. A lawyer with brains as bad as his ears. Poor Juniper. I'm taking the stand tomorrow. Tell me everything you know for Juniper's sake. Clear enough for you this time? Uh-oh. I thought so. Athena, my bracelet's reacting. Really? That means a lie already? That was quick, but we can't analyze her. Can't we? There we go.
Gotcha!
That's strange. You suddenly tightened your grip when you said for Juniper's sake. It's like you subconsciously tensed up because you're lying. Cat. Well, what are you talking about? When did I ever lie? Okay, then, let me ask you about this. Why were you selected as a witness? That's an easy one. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Themis Herald. I know everything there is to know around campus, even the darkest of secrets. Editor-in-chief, huh? Pretty impressive. Yeah, well, it's a lonely one-woman operation. I do it all myself, from reporting to editing to publishing. Still impressed? Oh God, burnout is real. I should warm Scuttlebutt. Doing everything yourself? I'm a perfect storm of journalism because I bring it all on the table. Why does she keep doing that? And this is the evidence here. An extra edition of the Themis Herald, published to coincide with the mock trial. Thanks, Miriam. You've revealed who you truly are. An unceremonious cancellation. Hmm. Someone who's never had Junie's best interest in mind. What? Are you questioning our friendship? Look, you may want answers, but no can do, because what you're saying conflicts with this piece of evidence. Let's see. This is just
What script did she say that she wrote?
the other one that I guessed wasn't used.
Was it the fact that her script wasn't used? Or was it
No.
the newspaper?
Newspaper? I'm afraid that box is gonna break.
Take that!
That's the Themis Herald, the paper I published. What about it? Are you really that dense? This article is full of malicious lies about Junie. It's definitely not something a true friend of hers would write. Oh, yeah. You got it all wrong. Another staff member wrote that one. I don't think so, Miriam. You even said it yourself just a moment ago. It's a one-woman operation. Or did you forget already? Cack. If you've just given me the info you have. Stupid pawn. Juniper's just using you. Now, I want the truth, Miriam. You hide in your box in order to collect gossip for your sleazy paper, isn't that right? You're not really friends with Juniper, are you? No duh, she's the target of my scoops and my readers demand dirt. Extra, the dirty little secret of the squeaky clean student council president. Dirty little secret? Alright, what are you planning to say in court, huh? I'm a witness to her part in the crime. I'm going to tell it all in a shocking expose. The end justifies the means. That's my brand of tell-all journalism. The end justifies the means. Wait a second. In this dark age of the law, many of us embrace Professor Means' methods in future judges. I've even adopted end justifies the means brand of journalism, which includes tape recorders secretly hidden all over our campus, secretly recording every last word without anyone being any the wiser. Didn't she realize it's totally illegal? One of them was at the scene of the crime, the art room. You put a tape recorder in the art room, what did it record? You want to know? You really want to know? Yes, please, that's so nice of you to... Like I'd really tell you now, the big scoop comes out in court tomorrow. Tisk, you're so mean, Miriam. According to my evidence, a fatal fissure had opened between the three of them. Who? Junie, Hugh, and Robin? And what do you mean by fatal fissure? Juniper, Hugh, and Robin used to be the best of friends. Used to be, they still seem to get along fine to me. I did sense some discord, though. You don't know anything. Professor Means has his followers, and Professor Court had hers. Their influence is inescapable. You implying that one of them adheres to that extreme idea you and Professor Means have. But why would anyone follow that philosophy? How could you possibly understand? You're new around here. Miriam, wouldn't you feel better if you came out of the dark and into the light? I can see fine in here. You'll be the one seeing the light in court tomorrow, and you'll realize how guilty Juniper Woods really is. We're going to have to cross-examine her tomorrow, but I don't know where to start. Well, let's at least take care of whatever we can today. You're right, let's see what else we can find out. Well, I think I've talked to everyone who is somehow linked to the case. Okay, maybe it's about time we wrapped up our investigation. Oh wait, we haven't met with Junie yet. Yeah, you're right. Let's head over to the detention center. Thena, thank you so much for coming. She called me Thena like she used to. Maybe she's finally letting her guard down. Junie, the crime's unfolding exactly like your script. Any idea what's going on here? We wanted to make it fair, so the script was kept secret until the day of the mock trial. And the only people who knew the details were Professor Court and I. Nothing we haven't heard already so far. However, yes, what is it, Junie? Well, there was this one article in the school paper. You mean this one? It's more like a tabloid piece than a newspaper article, if you ask me. I've been worried that the trial would wreck the friendship between Robin, Hugh, and me. She wants to stay friends, but both of the guys are hoping to take it to the next level. Oh, the passion of high school drama. Wish I could have experienced it. Oh, Thena. And I know I shouldn't have, but I revised the script to favor the prosecution. The Professor Court noticed it immediately and changed it back. Ah, so if Robin had won, Hugh wouldn't have been able to confess his love to Junie. That would have kept the trio's relationship the same. Never knew Junie could be so devious. Sorry, I guess my personal problems probably won't be of any help in court, huh? So Robin was the prosecutor. He's the spazzy one. Gotcha. You never know. Help often comes from the most unexpected places. Thanks, Juniper. I was wondering about that awl you had on you when you were arrested. Yep. Yeah. It was the murder weapon for the mock trial. Professor Cord and I were prepping it in the art room until the day before the trial. I didn't even realize I still had it on me until I was arrested. Then we've nothing to worry about. There shouldn't be any way to link it to the crime. Still, that blood-red color in the awl bothers me. Wasn't it just paint or something? I mean, I was looking at it from pretty far away, but it probably was just paint, but that's what's bothering me. It wasn't on the awl we were prepping it yesterday, when we were prepping it yesterday. It wasn't, then how and when did it get there? Well, before the mock trial began, I showed Thea and Mr. Wright to the waiting room. Then I went back to my dressing room to get the trial props we were going to use. That's when I found the art room key in the awl with what looked like blood on it. A key and the awl. Professor Court normally has the art room key since she's the Fine Arts Club's advisor, and since that key was there in the dressing room, I thought she was the one who had painted the awl to look like it had blood on it. After all, she always insisted that the props should be realistic, so... The awl suddenly shows up on the day of the trial with what looks like blood on it. I have a really bad feeling about this. Me too, but let's not jump the gun on this. You and Professor Court were busy preparing for the mock trial together yesterday, right? Was that the last time you saw her? Yes, I left school at around 6 p.m. Did you notice anything different about her? No, I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. She looked and acted the same as always. I would have never guessed she'd end up like this. It looks like we're about out of time. Thank you for coming to see me. We'll do everything we can to prove you innocent tomorrow. I know, and I believe in you, Thena. Well, I should go now. Bye. Is she gonna be alright? She's like a shadow of the girl we met back at the academy. Junie I knew was always like that, a little weak and sickly. But the fact that she's lifted her facade shows that she trusts us. Even still, what is it? Well, when Junie and her two friends were talking about their friendship, I sensed some discord in their hearts. Seriously? Yeah, but it was really faint. I might have been mistaken. There's no reason to doubt their friendship, is there? Don't worry, everything will be fine. You and Juniper are friends, right? You know that friend I mentioned to you earlier? Well, get this. Whenever something's troubling one of us, the other can just feel it. That's real friendship. I suppose you're right. Might as well forget about that and concentrate on the trial. Yep, tomorrow's the big day. Let's sort out what we know so far. Okay. The victim, Professor Constance Court, was murdered in the art room on the third floor, and her body was moved to the outdoor stage in the quad. Also, the location where we found the body was just as the mock trial script described. I wish those were the only similarities they shared. What do you mean? What I mean is the script in this case are exactly the same in almost every respect. So it follows that the actual trial may very well unfold just like the mock trial did. Oh no! The mock trial ended right before the prosecution was about to win. Well, that's not going to happen. This time, Junie will be declared not guilty. Of course, I intend to get our results the honest way. We can do this. We'll be fine. After all, I have Apollo. He's the king of being fine. That's true. He does like to remind us. Oh, we haven't played much, babe. All right, ready to start the trial? My butterflies have butterflies in their stomach. So, what's it like to have your very own case for the first time? My heart hasn't raced this fast since I ran that full marathon last year. If it keeps up, you might get a lawyer's high. You know, like a runner's high. Relax, everyone's nervous their first time. So my fears weren't unfounded. After all, today's prosecutor is so terribly brutal, and willing to use any means necessary to win a conviction. There's that the end justifies the means concept again. Now that it has come to this, we have no choice but to fight fire with fire. The end justifies the means. I wish he'd stop saying that. That's your method, Professor. I'm going to defend Juniper in my own way. But Miss Sykes, just yesterday you told me. As a lawyer, what is it that you treasure beyond all else? Seeking justice for my clients. But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain? Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I? Aye, but aren't you a stubborn one? Well, I suppose you'll have to learn of your own inefficacy the hard way. Grr. He's a little condescending, too. Forgive me, Professor Means, but can we just leave it at that? Oh dear, please forgive me. It's just I wish to protect Juniper by any means I can. I do too, but... Now, if you would excuse me... Thanks to him, I'm feeling even more pressure than before. Don't let it get to you. And don't forget to keep smiling. I'll be fine. I haven't forgotten what Mr. Wright said. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force the biggest smiles. The trial's about to begin. I'll show you to the courtroom if you please. Apollo, I'm counting on you to support Athena this time. Okay, Mr. Wright, leave it to me. That's right, I have Apollo to back me up. Junie's fate rests in my hands. I won't rest until she walks free. Alright. Time to free her. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. Athena Sykes, the defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. That didn't sound very confident. You sure you're okay? I'll be fine. Your baldness. I know. As usual, you want me to deliver the opening statement. This case is crystal clear. I see no need to explicate it any further. Now, summon the witness. If there's something the matter, please do share your baldness. Whatever gave you that idea?
He's sassy too. Why is everybody staying sassy?
I don't know. Bailiff, please call our first witness. Well, not the judge. He's... You know, now we don't even get an opening statement. Detective Fulbright. He and Prosecutor Blackwell have become quite the team. Oh, right. The case brief. Leave it to me. Yes, let the detective in charge, everyone's favorite friend of justice, explain. What was that just now? It's like he and Blackwell are totally in sync. Well, I don't think they're capable of mind melding, if that's what you're thinking. All right, Detective Fulbright, will you please explain the case to the court? Professor Court's body was discovered on October 24th at approximately 2:30 p.m. She was murdered with this awl I have here. The victim's blood and the defendant's prints were both discovered on it. Eek! Court's autopsy report. Aw! It was brought to us by the crazy bird. Between 6 and 8 p.m. from a deep stab wound in the victim's side. Wow, that bird can deliver evidence too? Blackwell has him trained well. Maybe Blackwell should train him not to mess up people's hair while he's at it. Moving right along. The body was discovered on the outdoor stage, although no blood was found there. However, we detected traces of a massive amount of blood in the third-floor art room. In short, the murder took place in the art room. So then the body had been moved from the art room to the stage. Precisely, and there is one more piece of irrefutable evidence. A recording made by a tape recorder that a school paper reporter hid in the art room. It captured a female voice screaming, "You're a goner." What's this? You have such a recording?
In this.
Must be from that tape recorder Miriam mentioned. But why is this the first we've heard of a death threat at the moment of the murder? Shh! Silence, please. I would like to play the tape for you now. You're a goner. It is quite hard to hear. But the voice does sound female. The noise and low volume of the voice have made voice print analysis all but impossible. Then you haven't identified the voice as belonging to the defendant. Not so fast. After all, voice print analysis isn't everything. The victim was killed at night, then discovered in the afternoon the next day. The question is, when was the body moved? Oh no, I know. It could have been moved in the middle of the night when no one was around. Sorry, but no. The campus was full of students that morning. However, no one reported seeing a body. That means the body was moved sometime before the mock trial when all the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall and the rest of the campus was empty. It was during this time Hugh O'Connor, one of the mock trial participants, found the body. The prosecution heard about Hugh seeing the body. Wait one moment, if all the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall, then there wouldn't have been anyone who could have moved the body. Ha ha ha. Have no fear, for there's always an exception. An exception? The 3 mock trial participants were standing by in individual dressing rooms. They were the only ones who had free access to the deserted campus before the mock trial. What? That would mean... What would that mean? Those 3 students were the only ones who could have moved the body. In justice we trust. I don't like where this is headed, Athena. Me either. You know, Apollo kind of looks like he's holding one of Godot's coffee mugs. He's about to. And by those 3, I mean Hugh O'Connor, Robin Newman, and Juniper Woods. I knew it. Please, Detective Fulbright, don't say what I think you're about to say. In justice we trust. I take it everyone understands now. The voice believed to be that of the murderer was female, and out of the 3 people who could have moved the body, just one is a girl. That leaves the defendant Juniper Woods as the only possibility. No. Impressive. He has you on the ropes even before any cross-examinations. You could at least pretend to be upset for me. A splendid job, Fulbright. That could not be any clearer. Feel free to anticipate a salary raise next month. Wow! The Bizarro Edgeworth. Ha 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 ha. I don't do this for the money. It's all about justice. In justice we trust. Not only a half-wit, but a perennial stick in the mud you are. I guess neither the carrot nor the stick works on Detective Fulbright. Now, bailiff, please bring our next witness to the stand.
Really? They have to make her come out of that.
You kidding me? Show, our first witness is a cardboard box. Stealth mode deactivated. Oh my, the box has hands. Smile, Your Honor. What the dickens? I just had my picture taken. Miriam Scuttlebutt, senior at the Legal Academy. I'm a reporter on the judge course. Juniper's been a bad girl. I'll tell you all about her crimes. Might I ask whether you could come out of that box? How will I get any more scoops if I blow my cover? So the answer is no. After all, covert action is an undercover reporter's bread and butter. But testimony from a faceless witness is highly irregular. A former ninja I met in the Cling said that exposing those who work in the shadows is to pass the death sentence upon them. Oh my, I had never thought of it that way. Very well, if it would spare a life, I'll make a special exception this time. A former ninja in prison? Holy Shinto, how can the judge believe this load of crap? Now your testimony, please. Oh, but take care not to reveal your face.
Absurd. Got a band-aid on her leg.
It's absurd, but like we've cross-examined whales and parrots.
This is a true statement.
Also, I read a funny comment actually about Von Karma, where somebody said, my favorite part of Ace Attorney is that Von Karma lost his 40-year winning streak the minute the judge allowed a parrot to be cross-examined. And I'm like... The murder happened exactly like Juniper's mock trial script. Up until the mock trial began, only Professor Cord and Juniper knew the script's content, but Professor Cord's sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage. Juniper has to be the killer. She has a motive, and the murder is just like her script. The murder is just like her script. Could such a thing be true? Compare her script with the murder case and crime scene photos, then you'll see. This is so simple, even an ape posing as a decrepit old judge could understand. Only the victim and the defendant were privy to the script. Ergo, the defendant is the killer. Furthermore, in the art room where the crime supposedly occurred, this witness's script, along with an envelope on which "use" was written, were found. This proves that the accused's script had been rejected the day before the mock trial. She pressed the victim to use her script, an argument ensued, and then the fatal stabbing. No, she wrote the script. It was her who had the... That makes perfect sense. What now? Prosecutor Blackwell has all his ducks lined up in a row. He's really on a roll now. He's like a pit bull once it sinks its teeth into you. How dare she? My script had it all. A bum rap and phony evidence, grudges and betrayals. I trust the defense is ready to cross-examine the witness? No problem. I mean, yes, I'm ready, I think. Time to find a hole in her testimony and unbox the truth. I've seen it done over and over. I know I can do this. Alright.
How did she know that? She doesn't know that.
Hold it!
There must be places where the script in this case diverge. Hack hack! Don't sweat the details. That kind of stress will give you wrinkles.
Objection!
I'm not worried. My skin is as fair as...
Objection!
Indeed, you are quite fair. Fairly desperate.
Objection!
What did you just say? Ha ha ha, Blackwell really turned that one around on you. Tisk, whose side are you on? Hurry up and think of a clever comeback. Whoa, easy there, Athena. Now you listen to me. The two cases do indeed have their differences. For one, the stage hadn't yet been erected in the mock trial script. And in the actual case, there were signs indicating the victim's wrists had been bound. But such differences pale in comparison to the host of similarities. In any event, replicating the crime without knowledge of the script is an impossibility. Looks like I won't be passing this off as a coincidence. What a total burn. Try again, why don't you, pawn of woods?
Hold it!
Somebody could have stolen a peek beforehand. I don't think so. I mean, I tried any number of times. Shame on you, Miriam. But that crafty she-devil Juniper has eyes in the back of her head. What chance does your average person have if an undercover reporter like me failed? Interesting point, still. Miss Scuttlebud, won't you get in trouble later for admitting to such underhanded tactics? Why, I plead entrapment. How is you blurting out your own crime entrapment? Hack. But you haven't scooped me yet. They were all set to use Juniper's script. Professor Quart's sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage.
Hold it!
How do you know that Professor Quart wasn't going to use her script? There in the art room where the heinous crime took place, an envelope marked Use and Miriam Scuttlebut's script were found. Evidently, the script that was going to be used belonged to the girl in the box over there. It's only natural that my script would be accepted and hers rejected. I introduced all sorts of brand new concepts, including bribery and fake evidence. It was a cutting-edge script portraying a courtroom battle in the dark age of the law. I can't help but feel Professor Quart went out of her way not to use it. But Juniper, she used some devious underhanded tactics to get her script chosen. That's why her script and not my masterpiece was used in the mock trial. How's that for an explanation? Juniper has to be the killer. She has the motive, and the murder is just like her script. Anyone who saw the mock trial could have recreated the crime. After they saw the mock trial, they could have easily staged the body just like the script. Weary is the trial which pits Hawk against Canary. Ha, if he's so weary, he should try hoofing less. I bet that saves some energy. This is no time for jokes, Apollo. He just called me a canary. Don't let him get to you. At least canaries pick up on things quickly, just like you. I shan't repeat myself, so listen carefully, Sykes Dono. Hugh O'Connor discovered the body before the mock trial even began. How could one stage the body as it is in the script before anyone knew its contents? Yeah, that's right. Do you even fathom the intricacies that go into staging the crime scene? No, I think not. You have the rudimentary mind of an elementary school child. Elementary school? Reporter's testimony throws attorney Athena Sykes for loop. The perfect caption. How marvelous! A photo in the newspaper is just the thing to boost your brand. In a school paper, seriously? I believe you've pressed the witness more than enough, Miss Sykes. Now do you see how clear-cut my case is? Taken now, and in the fair, desperate mind of yours. Etch it deep so you may never forget. No! Even my arguments get thrown back in my face. It wasn't supposed to be like this. What am I going to do? Athena, you should just about have all the answers you've been looking for now. Huh? Think about it this way. If the killer knew the details from the mock trial, would they really commit the crime in the exact same way? I don't follow. Try to place yourself in the killer's shoes. I bet you'll discover an inconsistency if you do. Ah, I get it. Thanks, Apollo. Miss Scuttlebud, just so we're clear, you're claiming that the killer intentionally made the crime scene look just like as it was in the script, and that it is beyond the shadow of a doubt not a coincidence. Is that correct? No, duh. After all, it's just more evidence of Juniper's evil she-devil ways. Hack. What'd I say? Our client made the crime scene look just like the script, something known only to her. That would not just be foolhardy, but completely irrational. What do you mean? Yes, Miss Sykes, please tell this court what you mean by irrational. It wouldn't make any sense for Judy to mimic her own script on purpose because it would make her the culprit, mean leaking the script would not be possible.
Make her the culprit.
Yeah, that's what I would think. The murder scene was the same as it was in the mock trial script. That in and of itself is irrational. Hack. What's wrong with them being the same? Yes, Miss Sykes, care to explain what you mean? Okay, let's say for argument's sake that Miss Woods is the killer. If so, then what reason would she have to intentionally make the actual murder mimic her own script? That's easy. She was admitting that she was the... That's right. If she had really done that, it would have been like proclaiming to the world that she was the killer. So what we actually have here is evidence of someone trying to frame our client. Cat. body was found the day of the mock trial, in short, the day the details were revealed. So it would be completely inconceivable for the murder to go exactly like the script. Hack, hack, hack. Don't let it go to your head just
Objection!
yet. It would seem Justice Dono's comrade in arms has finally drawn her sword. However, the blade is dull, and it shall remain so until you master its use. Enough with the stupid sword metaphors already.
Ooh.
There is a perfectly good reason for the inconsistency of which you speak. Reason? What reason? Must I spell out everything? You are what people today call high maintenance. The accused had intended to stop the mock trial, and in that event, nary a soul would have been the wiser to the similarities of the cases.
Objection!
No, the mock trial was only stopped after the body was accidentally
Objection!
discovered. Our witness here has also discovered the body. In fact, she was led to our dearly departed professor by the accused herself. What? Miss Scuttlebutt saw the body too? Precisely, and with the discovery of the body, the mock trial ought to have been cancelled. Wait, so you didn't call the police? No, I kept it secret for my big scoop. You can't do that. I made her pay long and hard penance for her sin. Did I not, my little box top? Cat cat. Compared to the work of a war correspondent, the sheer terror of that was... Ah! Geez, I wonder what the Twisted Samurai did to her. Block off all the holes in her box. And spin her like a top while Detective Fulbright cackled with delight? That sounds more nauseating than scary. Enough jabbering. Witness, continue your testimony. Sure, Mr. Samurai. I'm ready to finish off that she-devil. Yeah, she does have a band-aid. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I am back, my babes. Water. Need that. Okay. What Scuttlebutt saw. Like her eyes are just two perfect yellow circles.
Looks like a little robot in there.
I know. You know, it's like the robot from the Great Ace Attorney Case 3 who you liked.
Eli. Enoch.
Yeah, Enoch. That guy cracked me up.
Awesome.
Oh, maybe she is awesome though. I snuck into Juniper's dressing room while everyone was in the lecture hall. Juniper had changed into her stage costume. I asked her, "What are you doing?" And suddenly she fled into the hallway as if she wanted me to follow her. I followed her all the way to Professor Corte's body. She led me right to it. I'm positive it was Juniper because she was wearing the costume that she had made. So she doesn't even actually know that it was Juniper. Why did you withhold such key testimony? Cat. What's that supposed to mean? Thena, you haven't even started your cross-examination. I know, but her testimony points to her as being a potential suspect. Well, I don't think Professor Blackquill is... No, wait, I bet he's already thought of that. The witness left the lecture hall to sneak into Miss Wood's room before the mock trial. That means she, too, could have moved the victim's body. Cack! The prosecution's claim no longer has any ground to stand on. Help! Now, no need to ruffle your own feathers, so. When you squeak like a little brat, it agitates Taka. Do you want him to pick your eyes out? No thanks. You listen here, the witness has a perfectly good alibi. Oh yeah, I do, around the estimated time of death. I was at undercover reporter class, it's right near my home. Undercover reporter class. The proverbial rug has been pulled from under you. The witness could not be the killer. The defense must look before leaping, or at least make sure the rug's secured to the floor. I tried to warn you. Ooh. Well, there ends the cross-examination. Let's allow the witness to step down. Huh? No, wait a minute. The defense has no right to cross-examine the witness after that little spectacle. For whatever a man is sowing, this he will also reap. Ugh, why can't he say you reap what you sow? Very well, if the cross-examination is over, I suppose the witness may go home. Perhaps spend some time in her lovely box and recover from today's stressful events. Don't you worry about me, Your Honor. There's no rest for the wicked, or journalists either. My third eye's always eyeing a scoop. She's always eyeing the scoop. Well, back to the trenches. Bye-bye.
Hold it!
Not so fast, Miss Scuttlebutt. Apollo? There's just one thing I'd like to ask. Did you take a picture of the victim's body, and if not, why not? Well, that is... No, I didn't take one. Well, that's strange. Why wouldn't you take a picture if you're always eyeing a scoop? Heck. Did you or didn't you really see the victim's body? Heck. It's not like I, actually saw it, but... What the devil? Did you hear that, Your Honor? The witness didn't actually see the body. That completely overturns the prosecution's claim that the witness was led to it. Justice Dono, you dare bear steel at me again? Nice try, Boy Wonder, but what if I didn't see the body? The fact remains that Juniper led me there. Feast your eyes on this. What exactly am I looking at here? It's a crucial moment forever frozen in time by my third eye. A photo clearly showing Juniper Woods. 7 years. A nose. Cack. Why did you not tell me of this? It's a shocking scoop I was saving for just the right moment. And that would be now, right here in court. Surprise! Cack. Yeah, maybe. What'd I do? All journalists kept their scoop secret until the right moment. It's pretty brave hiding it from Blackquill like that. Or pretty stupid. Well, this is an unexpected turn. The theme about this picture. See how it only shows the back of the subject? So then... Right, who knows what this photo shows Juniper in the first place? A completely irrelevant point What is relevant here is, there was someone who did try to lead the witness to the body. Take a gander at this, the route by which the accused escaped. The witness pursued the accused this way after she fled the dressing room. The accused ascended to the first floor and exited to the quad. Then what, Carton Cretin? Then I tripped and fell, caught my knee on my own box. She stayed under her box even while running after someone. Sounds difficult. Oh, that's the Band-Aid. Recall that the body was already there, for Hugh O'Connor had already seen it. She was trying to show someone the body because she wanted to stop the mock trial. Oh. But if the facts have changed, that's all the more reason to cross-examine the witness. The defense has a point there. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. It seems Justice Dono has saved your pretty little hide, Missy. For now, at least. Phew, guess I pulled that off somehow. Thanks, Apollo, you're a lifesaver. Incidentally, my compliments to the witness for her very fine box. It's primo cardboard, lovingly selected from among many... Cack. Tell another lie or hide another fact from me, and I shall put it to the torch. Cack. Cack. Please, anything but that. I think it would be more eco-friendly to recycle it, but that's just me. All right, Miss Sykes, you may cross-examine the witness.
Hold it!
You said you snuck in, but why would you do something like that? Because if I got a big scoop on Juniper, club membership would go through the roof. Right now, the newspaper club only has one member, me. The club's history once I'm gone. So, the Themis Herald's brand recognition is a matter of life and death. Her means may be questionable, but her motive is surprisingly sound. Extra, extra! Students seeking the thrills and chills of expose journalism report to the club room. This has been a paid advertisement. Anyway, what was I? Huh? Never took Miriam for such a go-getter. Juniper had changed into her stage costume. I asked her, what are you doing?
Hold it!
Why was she changed into that costume? The mock trial was about to begin. How should I know? But if you don't believe me, take a look at this photo. I captured this critical moment like the gonzo journalistic pro that I am. But this only shows the back of whoever was fleeing. You expect me to shoot her face when she's running away from me? I guess you're right, but this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. At any rate, as this photo shows, Juniper was in her stage costume.
Hold it!
That's not her stage costume. Her stage costume has like constellation.
That's true.
Constellation.
Yeah, glow through the fabric. Doesn't mean you have to chase her. Call it a journalist's instinct. I see something fishy, I go after it. But you never did catch up to her, did you? A true undercover journalist gets up and dusts herself off when she stumbles. That reminds me, didn't you fall during the chase when you tripped on your box? A true undercover journalist is always ready to stumble over a great story. Sure are a lot of holes in your story, or is that just the scuttlebutt brand of journalism? Cack, 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 a true undercover journalist always prevails against her adversaries.
Hold it!
What would our client have to gain from leaving you there? The accused had employed her self-penned script as a manual for murder. Ergo, she had to stop the mock trial before the script's details became public. And that accounts for her desperate attempt to lead our Carton Cretin here to the body. But as we all know, Miss Scuttlebutt didn't alert the authorities. And as a result, the mock trial began as scheduled. The issue here is not whether it was in fact halted. The fact remains that the accused was trying to lead the witness to the body. Does that not show clear intent to halt the mock trial?
times magic.
You gotta stop sitting on the chair if it's gonna make you sleepy.
I love this chair.
Yes, but we...
I'm
Okay. She was wearing the costume that she had made. This is where I think we need to present that. And I think you're exactly right.
Objection!
And you are. Miss Scuttlebutt's sole basis for identifying our client as the figure in this photo is the fact that it shows someone in Miss Wood's stage costume. Well, it is Juniper's costume, so that must be Juniper in it. It's clear cut. No, that's where you're completely mistaken. What? This is a design drawing of our client's stage costume. Oh my, what a wonderful creation. The constellations are extraordinary. I'm glad you noticed because those stars are precisely what's important here. In the drawing, there are constellations all over the outside of the costume. But there's not a single star on the costume in the photo. Oh, then that means, what exactly? Your Honor, there were no other blue costumes at the scene, which leads me to believe that the figure in the photo was wearing our client's costume inside out. But why would Miss Woods make a mistake like that? Well, it's not really a matter of why, but rather who made the mistake of putting it on inside out. Cack. Wait, you're not suggesting... That's right, I'm glad you're catching on. The costume designer wouldn't put her own costume on inside out. Cack. Ah! There's a protractor there. Sorry, Miss Scuttlebutt, but doesn't believing you had a scoop when you really didn't make... Hold on a sec, what? Sorry, Miss Scuttlebutt, but doesn't believing you had a scoop when you really didn't make you a failure as a reporter? A failure as a reporter? Cack. Cack. Act. Ah, saw you. Why, hello, Miss Scuttlebutt. So nice to meet the woman beneath the box. Cack. You didn't see nothing.
Objection!
Now, I would have you stop right there, Sykes Dono. It is the why of the matter upon which I would have this court focus. What do you mean? Miss Juniper Woods? Yes? What were you doing on the morning of the mock trial? I was in my dressing room, painting my costume in fluorescent paint. Fluorescent paint? My design drawing shows twinkling stars on the costume. I was going to make the costume shimmer like that by painting the inside fluorescent. What was that again? Fluoride? Did your costume have cavities? Not fluoride, fluorescent as in glowing. The paint would make it glow in the dark. Yes, so you applied that to the inside of the costume. Then, I let it dry for a while because I heard it takes a long time. So I put the costume on my mannequin inside out. Inside out, so then, this is a photograph of the inside out costume taken in the dark. As you can see, there is a heavy layer of paint over the entire inside surface. If someone were to properly don this costume in this state, the wet paint would get all over their body. Why, yes, I believe it would. Indeed, ergo, the costume was worn the way it was, not by anyone's mistake, but because that was the way it was on the mannequin, inside out. God. Figured she would have a photo. Did we just fall into his trap? Yeah, I bet Blackwell had it all planned out. Still, I think you should give this photo a nice long look. Oh, please tell me you found something that doesn't add up. Check out the chest area. It kind of looks like handprints to me. Hey, you're right. But Junie would know better than to touch it while the paint was still wet.
Objection!
I believe the term to describe your thought process is wishful thinking. After all, if master painters make mistakes, why not a ranked amateur such as the accused? So basically, you're saying my claim requires evidence to back it up. Evidence? That shouldn't be a problem, right? After all, you come this far. Just because I've come this far doesn't mean I've thought everything through, though. What? You mean you're just bluffing? Or you're just bluffing? What do you expect me to do? I'm sick of losing to this guy. But you're right, there's only one thing left to do at this point. And that's to present some evidence. Pronto. A showdown, is it? I gladly accept. The fluorescent paint Must have stuck to the hands of whoever touched the costume. And that paint should glow in dark places. So I just need to carefully check every last piece of evidence. This piece of evidence shows who touched the costume. Okay, let's...
Oh, he did.
He did! Okay, I didn't even really think about it. I thought that was just lighting.
Take that!
A school newspaper? Interesting. Take a look at the photo where the lights are dim and the spotlight is on Miss Woods. Notice Mr. Newman's hands in that photo as he stands at the prosecutor's bench. As you can see, it's glowing, just like Miss Woods' fluorescent paint. It is glowing, quite brightly, I might add. But why would he put fluorescent paint on his hands for the mock trial, you may ask? The answer is he wouldn't, not on purpose. It got there when he put the costume on. Oh? That means what again? It means the figure photographed in the costume was not our client Juniper Woods. It was her classmate Robin Newman. What? I think you were actually able to prove that. Well, you never know what's going to happen next. That's the chill of the courtroom. So then, does that mean that Robin is our man? Well, that's certainly how it looks. Very well. Robin Newman it is. He is here in the gallery, I trust? Show yourself. I challenge you to a duel. He's got some explaining to do. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? I'm Robin Newman! I want to become a great artist. I practice day and night. Yeah. It? Art's gotta be sincere, man. So for occupation, should we put down budding artist? No! Bemis Legal Academy Senior Prosecutor Course! This brace is proof of my masculinity. I've been training to be a prosecutor for 18 years. Ahem, I assume you will be cleaning up the pottery you smashed before you leave today? Oh man! It seems the witness has finally settled down. I guess nothing faces the judge after all these years. Well, except Blackwell. You may proceed with your testimony, Mr. Newman. Specifically, the court wishes to hear why you had fluorescent paint on your hand. And I think we can make this the stopping point and save. Give me a moment to just do some other stuff before going back to work. And you a chance to relax elsewhere, because you were tired. But okay, that was a bit unexpected. And when I saw that picture of him, I did notice that, but I just thought it was, I don't know, lamplight or something.
I thought maybe he had a special power like Justice and we hadn't figured it out yet.
Yeah. But no, it's paint. So, curious that. We'll find out.